It is championship day in Section 6 4A baseball. The number 1 seed, the Wayzata Trojans, take on the number 5 seed, the St. Louis Park Orioles. From Round Lake Park Stadium in Eden Prairie, John Jacobson along with Aaron Hedrick for today's game. Aaron, Wayzata comes in undefeated here in tournament play. They need one win to get to state. St. Louis Park not only have to beat the Trojans now, but turn right around and beat them again to earn a spot in the state tournament.
Yeah, Wayzata definitely has the upper hand here in the winner's bracket. St. Louis Park having to play a couple extra games to get to this point.
These teams did play already once early in the section tournament with Wayzata winning 12-6, but the Orioles have been able to stay alive, and here's their batting order for today. Connor Cornell leading off and playing second base. Jimmy Arms in center batting second. Pat Bordewick, the shortstop, hitting third. Riley Dvorak in left field hits fourth. Julian Shadle is the DH today. He hits for the catcher, Luke Mobley. Shea Pekarik at third base, batting sixth. Kyle Fromm at first base, batting seventh. Johnny Sorensen is today's pitcher. He'll bat eighth. Jarrett Walsh in right field, batting ninth. And defensively for the Wayzata Trojans in the outfield, Griffin Schneider in left, Cameron Keenan in center, Danny Dice in right. Around the infield, Will Oberg at first, Parker Labachek at second, Cody Getters at short, Jared Briol at third, Jake Marsh catching, and Brendan Brody is the starting pitcher for today. He has a 6-2 record on the season, 36 1/3 innings pitched for Brody on the season, allowing 30 hits, 13 runs, but just 5 of them earned, 7 walks and 38 strikeouts. So much like Tom Scorel we saw the other day, averaging over a strikeout per inning here in this season.
Yeah, Wayzata's got some good pitchers here, and if Brody isn't able to go too far, he's still got Scorel. We're told he's available, but St. Louis Park's a good hitting team, so we'll see if they can get to these pitchers.
First pitch outside for a ball to Connor Cornell. St. Louis Park rallied to beat Minneapolis Southwest Saturday at Siebert Field. That one's low, 2-0, and they had to wait while Wayzata beat Hopkins 2-1, and then Hopkins then played St. Louis Park with the Orioles winning, and that's what got them back to today and championship day here in the section. Called strike, it's 2 balls and a strike. Connor Cornell comes in with a .333 batting average on the season, 22 for 66, no home runs, 11 runs batted in. Another called strike, and it's 2-2.
Cornell doing a nice job here as a leadoff hitter, seeing a few pitches, making Brody work right off the bat here.
Nice changeup, and Cornell fooled on that one, and he's out on strikes to start the game. Here's how the Orioles got here. Beat Southwest in the first round, but then lost to Wayzata in round 2 on Friday the 27th of May. Came back, beat Washburn, Southwest, as I mentioned, and then Hopkins. So they had 3 straight wins just to get to this point. And it's always tough once you get into that loser's bracket, especially early on as they did in the second round, to fight your way back. But they have done that. 1-0 count. Jimmy Arms hitting in foul territory, but out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike to Arms, the starting center fielder. .346 batting average for him on the season. 18 for 52. 1 home run, 9 runs batted in. 1-1 pitch over for a strike. A little bit low. Just trying to frame it for strike 3, but it's ball 2 instead. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Arms. Missed away and low. It's 3-2.
Notice one thing, too, about the Trojans pitchers, like Scorel, Brody here working really quick. They like to get up on the mound and just throw that pitch right away.
And it's ball 4. The Arms works a walk.
Looked like an off-speed pitch there, too, from Brendan Brody, so he's not afraid to throw it in any count, so the Orioles got to be ready for that, even a full count like that. That was an interesting pitch there.
Now Pat Bordewick is having a good season. You see his numbers there, .423 batting average, 3-year starter for St. Louis Park. Called strike one. "14 extra base hits on the season, Aaron. 7 doubles, 3 triples, 4 home runs, and 20 runs batted in." Off-speed pitch, flared out to right. That'll drop in for a base hit. Dice had to get past him, and that allows the runner Arms to move up to third. So it'll be a single and an error, allowing the base runner to take an extra base. You look at it again. Dice unable to come up with a clean lane. That allowed Jimmy Arms to get third. St. Louis Park on the season 12 and 13 on the year. Brian Kelly, their head coach, has them playing confidently. They've got some good hitters on this team, as Aaron mentioned. They're going to need all of that today against Wayzata. But a good start here in the first. Runners at first and third, just one out. And the cleanup hitter, Riley Dvorak, at the plate. Dvorak hits it out to right. Dice able to make the catch. Arms tags. He will score, and it's 1-0 St. Louis Park.
Good start here for the Orioles here, tagging Brody for a run early out in the first inning. That's a good start for St. Louis Park. Dice looked like he struggled with that fly ball, moving a little bit on him out there in right field, but able to make the play.
So a run in, 2 outs. Warnewick, the runner, still at first, and now Shadle, the DH. Now Speed is in for a strike. Shadle, .356 batting average on the season. A lot of high batting averages, especially at the top of this order for the Orioles this spring. He got out of that one, but way out in front of it, and it's strike 2.
Saw Shadle take a couple swings in that Southwest game over at Siebert Field and hit some monster balls. Hit a ball that one-hopped the fence at big park out there in U of M campus.
Brody ahead 0-2. High fastball, 1-2.
Good location there, trying to get him to chase something there up high.
One, two, called strike 3. Caught the inside corner. Second strikeout for Brody, and Park is out in the first inning. The Orioles, though, picking up a run on a hit, an error, and one left on. So St. Louis Park gets an early lead here on Wayzata as the Trojans come up for the first time with Cameron Keenan leading off again today. Parker Lobachek batting second. Get Griffin Schneider, who had the big 2-run double in the third inning against Hopkins on Saturday. Bats third. Will Oberg at first base will hit fourth. Jake Marsh, the catcher, batting fifth. Cody Getters at shortstop. Reese Smith, the DH. Jared Bial at third base. And Danny Dice in right field, batting ninth. Defense for St. Louis Park today. Riley Dvorak in left. Jimmy Arms in center. Jared Walsh in right. The infield, Kyle Fromm at first. Connor Cornell at second. Pat Bordewick at short. Shea Pekarik at third. Luke Mobley catching for left-hander Johnny Sorensen. Sophomore 2-2 on the season. In 30 innings, he's allowed 23 hits, 21 runs, but just 10 of those earned. 10 walks and 17 strikeouts. ERA of 2.28. Sorensen has averaged better than 6 innings per outing in his 5 starts this season. So they like having him available today. Graham Anderson is second on the team in earned run average. He would likely go in a game 2, or if a relief appearance were needed in game 1 here, if there is a game 2. Wayzata would like to get it done in 1 and look ahead to next week's state tournament. Cameron Keenan will lead it off for them. Keenan, .319 on the season, 2 doubles, 2 triples, 10 runs batted in on the season. And it's a first pitch, past the diving shortstop. Bordewick into center for a base hit. A good way to start, Aaron. The first pitch you see, and you got a base hit.
Yeah, you talk about the leadoff hitters maybe trying to take a few pitches, make the pitcher work, and see what he's got. But nice piece of hitting there by Keenan. He says, I'm going to get that first pitch. It's probably going to be a good one.
Now Levacek, left-handed hitting second baseman. Sorensen will throw over to first and back in to Keenan. Levacek, a little slow roller to second. They'll go to second to get the lead runner safe at first. Levacek just beating a relay throw. He reaches on a fielder's choice. Keenan is out at second, one down.
Good turn there by the Orioles, too. And Keenan hustling down that line, or on the second base. Almost beat that out.
Now Schneider. Pitch a little bit high, ball one. Schneider's had a good season, .370 batting average, 13 extra base hits, 18 runs batted in. Pops this one up foul and out of play. Wayzata with a win over South, St. Louis Park, and then they had a long rest. They had a week to wait until they played Hopkins on Saturday. It's nice when you can stay in winner's bracket here, and you can see just 3 games for them, so they're well rested today. The strike call to Schneider, 1-2.
It's a huge advantage playing in that winner's bracket. You play fewer games, more rest in between games, and you don't have to use as many pitchers, which is a huge thing in section playoffs here.
Sorensen's 1-2 pitch, a little tapper past the mound, picked up at third, a little double clutch, but in time. Vakaric to Fromm for the putout. Schneider's out. Levacek to second, now 2 down.
Nice breaking ball there, too. Trying to wait back, but just rolled over it a little bit and still able to make the play there, even with the double clutch.
Close play at first, but the Orioles get the out, and here's Will Oberg, number 4 hitter. Runner going, fouled out of play. Pretty good jump down at second base by Levacek.
If you're Sorensen, you got to keep an eye on the runners, no matter if they're at first or second. You can't forget about them back there.
Pitch up high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Levacek getting a decent lead down at second. Sorensen's delivery is ripped into right field. That's a base hit. That'll score a run, and we're going to be tied up at 1. RBI single for Will Oberg. It's a 1-1 game.
Nice piece of hitting there. He got out on his front foot a little bit there, but is able to keep his hands back and drive that curveball the other way. Really good piece of hitting there for an RBI.
And now Jake Marsh, the batter. Go to first, and back in is Oberg.
That lefty move is always a little interesting. I haven't seen Sorensen pitch. That might not be the best move he has.
Inside, corner for a strike. Good pitch by Sorensen to get ahead of Marsh. Big Marsh with a team high 3 runs batted in. For Will Oberg, that was his 8th run batted in of the season. Slow roller down to first. Fromm will take it himself, steps on the bag, and Wayzata is out. But they come back and tie it up. A run on 2 hits, 1 left. We've played an inning at St. Louis Park 1 and Wayzata 1.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Sharing your passion starts with taking that first step. Take Will, for example. His first step was taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television. He's learning production skills and now has access to cutting-edge equipment. He's working on local music productions, meeting new people, and gaining experience needed to produce his own show. Best of all, he's sharing his passion for music with others in his community. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
We are back in Eden Prairie. It's a 1-1 game. The Orioles and the Trojans as we move into the top half of the second inning. Section 6 4A baseball championship game, potential championship. It'd be a second to follow if the Orioles can pull out a win here. First pitch of the second inning is a called strike. Brendan Brody delivering it to Shea Pekarik. Orioles third baseman hitting 6 today. And now he's behind in the count 0-2. Kyle Fromm, Johnny Sorensen to follow Pekarik here in the second. 3 pitches and 3 strikes. Pekarik out, and it's the third strikeout for Brody.
I have to imagine Pekarik was looking maybe for an off-speed pitch there and got a high fastball and not able to catch up to that one.
That brings up Kyle Fromm, starting first baseman. .230 batting average on the season. Foul, and this one will go out of play. One pitch. Nice ball in for a strike. Fromm hits this one in the air to right. Dice drifting over toward the line. Makes the catch. And there's out number 2.
And Brody doing a nice job here. First pitch ball, but doing a nice job getting ahead of the, coming back, getting ahead of the batter here and putting these batters kind of on their heels. They don't know what's coming, off-speed pitch, that fastball, and setting himself up very well.
Johnny Sorensen, today's starting pitcher, fouled the first one back into the catcher Marsh's glove for strike 1. Sorensen, you can see his average .356 at a big day Saturday was a combined 5 for 7 in the 2 Orioles wins over Southwest and Hopkins. A couple of runs batted in those 2 victories. And hits this one on the line to center, and it drops in front of Keenan for a base hit. So he continues his hot streak with the stick, and Sorensen aboard with a 2-out single.
Nice piece of hitting there. Maybe had dive play maybe out there in center field, but no point to dive and let it get past you there and give up extra bases.
Jared Walsh, the number 9 hitter, takes the first pitch inside for a ball. Walsh, the starting right fielder today for the Orioles. Two and 0. Brody did walk 1 in the first inning. Throw to first, they got Sorensen picked off. Leaning towards second base. And there's the pickoff play. Tag put on by Milberg, and the side retired. Nothing across for the Orioles. They get a hit. That's it. We go to the bottom of the second. It's still 1-1.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Cody Getters will lead it off for Wayzata in the bottom half of the second inning. First pitch high and tight for ball one. Trojan shortstop will be followed by Reese Smith and Jared Priol. We'll begin the home half of the second inning. 2-0. Now to Getters.
Looked like a pretty good pitch there, maybe a little high and inside.
Getters 281 batting average on the season, and now he's ahead 3-0. Taking all the way, 3 balls and a strike to Getters. And a walk. The Trojans have the leadoff runner aboard for the second straight inning.
Nice at bat there for Getters, making sure he's not a leadoff hitter, but he's the leadoff hitter that inning, doing his job, getting on base, and it seems like those leadoff walks always come around the score, so Sorensen's got to try to cut him down.
See if the bunt's on here for Reese Smith. Hitting away, at least showing that on the first pitch, and it's high for ball one.
Wouldn't be surprised here if the bunt was put on this play.
Ball hit out in the air to left field. Dvorak over towards center makes the catch. For the first out, Getters back to first base. Briel at the plate. Sorensen will throw to first. Getters back in.
Interesting play there. First baseman throwing back to Sorensen. One hops him. Third baseman backing up the throw, though.
Briel was 1 for 2 on Saturday against Hopkins. Scored, actually, one of the 2 runs on the Schneider double. Sorensen's 1-0, outside and high, 2-0. Two-0 pitch and hit him. Hale hit by the pitch, and the runners at first and second now. For Wayzata with nobody out with 1 out here in the second.
Sorensen struggling a little bit here with his control in this inning.
Well, the talk out on the mound. Try to get him settled down. Sorensen, a good earned run average coming in. Has not walked a lot of batters on the season. This is the second batter he's hit this year. You got the number 9 hitter coming up. You'd like to take care of him, trying to get that second out where you turn the batting order over.
Yeah, he's in a little bit of a jam here, but just throw a good pitch here, try to get a ground ball, and try to turn that double play and get right out of the inning here if you can get a ground ball.
There's Danny Dice to the plate. .388 batting average for him on the season. 7 extra base hits, 10 RBIs. Fake towards second. There was actually no one at the bag. Ketters gets his lead in, grounded to short. And they got nobody covering at second, and everybody's safe. Bordewick, I think, was looking to shovel to Cornell. He wasn't there, and by the time he realized it, he didn't have time himself to get to the bag before Briol did. There you can see he's expecting Cornell to be there. He was late getting there, so he tried to go to first, couldn't get there, and everybody's safe for Wayzata. Bases loaded now, and 1 out.
Nowhere to put him either here, so he can't walk. He's got to control it, and not really sure there. Fundamental breakdown there from the second baseman, not covering the base.
Popped up on the first pitch by Keenan, who had a first pitch single in the first inning, and this will go out of play down the right field.
It's a dangerous ball down there, too. I mean, you want to get the out, but runner definitely going to take up and score on that play, too.
Now the fielders had a shot at that one. It just kind of dropped in that no man's land. So Keenan, new life, 1 strike to him. Off speed pitch, hit down the line, into left field for a base hit. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in, and the third safely is Dice. A 2-run single for Keenan, and it's 3-1 Wayzata.
Nice job there. Looks like he got out in front of it a little bit, able to rack it down the line there. Just kept it fair. Nice 2 RBIs there for him.
And he never hesitated going around first. He saw that throw was going to come into third base and chugs into second base. So good piece of hitting and running by Cam Keenan there to make it a 3-1 game. Levanchek gives this one a ride. That's going to drop in the left. Gets past Dvorak. 2 more runs are in for Wayzata. 5-1 Trojans. We'll call that one a single and an error. Dvorak not picking it up clean, but he does get 2 runs batted in as Dice and Keenan come home. And all of a sudden, Wayzata, on a couple of pitches, has turned a tie game into a 5-1 game. Now Griffin Schneider takes a pitch from Sorensen a little bit high for ball 1.
And that leadoff walk did come around the score, the hit by pitch. Always hurts when we put runners on freely like that.
Called strike to Schneider. Spinning and throwing back to second base is Sorensen, but Levanchek back in. He had the 2 RBIs there that drove home Dice and Keenan. Schneider hitting the ball up in the air toward the Wayzata dugout, but out of play.
Sorensen's got to compose himself now and try to get these last 2 outs. 5-1. There's a lot of game left, and from what I've seen from the Orioles, I think they can score more runs than this, even off a good pitcher like Brody. So you can't think that you're out of the game here.
Levanchek dancing off second base there as Sorensen delivers, fouled back by Schneider. Keenan and Levanchek each getting their 11th and 12th runs batted in of the season on their 2-run hits. On the delivery to Schneider, tagged. He's out in front of it and foul down the left field line. Still just 1 out here, Aaron. Chance for Wayzata to do more damage.
Yeah, if they could score a couple more, it could be a little bit more demoralizing than it is currently.
Way up high. 2-2.
Sorensen's trying to work that off speed, that curveball in a lot, and Wayzata's doing a nice job, better job this inning than they were earlier. Waiting back, keeping their hands back, and driving it when they get that pitch.
2-2 pitch out to center field. Fairly deep, very deep into the fence. Past arms, around comes Levanchuk. He'll score. Schneider digging for third. He'll go in with a triple. It's a 5-run inning, and it's 6-1 Wayzata. Griffin Schneider with his 4th triple of the season, 19th run batted in. Levanchuk scoring. And Wayzata's got a huge inning going here in the second.
Not a great read out there in center field. Don't think that ball was going to get caught, but maybe cut that triple off for a double there. And again, that was an off-speed pitch. Trojan sitting back, waiting, and driving that pitch the other way, going with it, whether it's outside or pulling it if it comes inside on them.
Line tight on Will Oberg. It's a ball in the strike to Oberg with an RBI single in his first at bat. Now back. 5 runs on 5 hits in this inning. Up high, 2-2.
Sorensen struggling with his fastball. He's having a hard time locating it. The off-speed pitch is the one that he's locating, but he's throwing it too good, and that's the one the Trojans are driving here.
Oberg hitting it in the air. Similar spot. This one goes to right, though, to Walsh, who makes the catch, but very deep and easily scoring is Schneider. Sacrifice fly for Will Oberg. His 2nd run batted in.
Nice job there, sac fly, knocking in another run. That run could be pretty important here for the Trojans, and nothing else that gives them a good padded lead for the pitcher, Brendan Brody.
Trojans have batted around now. Jake Marsh, the 9th batter to come up here in the 2nd inning. Like I said, 5 hits this inning, actually 4 hits for Wayzata. Able to plate 6 runs, and as Aaron mentioned earlier, the walk and the hit batsman coming back to haunt Sorensen here. Both of those guys coming around to score, Getters and Rio. 3-0 now, the count to Marsh. Takes all the way, and it's a strike. Little dribbler down toward first. Fromm will pick it up, tag out the runner Marsh. And Wayzata finally retired, but Trojans come up with 6 runs in the inning on 4 hits. An error, nobody left on. Big new score here now after 2 innings. Now reads Wayzata 7, St. Louis Park 1.
30 million Americans will suffer from an eating disorder at some point in their lives. The National Eating Disorders Association has the information and resources to steer people and their families toward the road to recovery.
Hi, I work at the NEDA helpline. We have something called Click to Chat, which is a live chat with someone on the helpline, and they're really able to get support.
Call or visit the NEDA website today for help and hope.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry. I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
We are back at Round Lake Park Stadium in Eden Prairie. Side of the Section 6 Championship. Nice crowd on hand and a beautiful afternoon in EP to watch St. Louis Park and Wayzata go for the Section 6 Championship. Wayzata looking for his first state tournament appearance in 3 years and now staked to a 7-1 lead as we start the 3rd inning. Jared Walsh only player for Park, who's not come to bat yet today, the number 9 hitter. And he's behind in the count to Brendan Brody, 2 strikes. 3-pitch strikeout. 4 strikeouts. First time through the order for Brody.
Brody doing a nice job there, getting ahead of him and just working quick and just blowing him away there in 3 pitches.
And for the coach or the defense behind your pitcher, you like to see that, going out, get a big inning that just ended, and you go back out and attack the hitters and try to get back in the dugout and put this team away if they can. And quickly ahead 2 strikes on Connor Cornell now.
And sometimes you can lose focus too in the dugout, especially a pitcher he's being DH for, so he's not even hitting. So nice job of staying focused, coming out here, working quick. I mean, all the pressure's off, especially with the 7-1 lead.
1-2 pitch, popped up. Right side, Levanchuk able to make the catch. 2 down.
Good off-speed pitch there, too. Hard to know what's coming from Brody here. He's ahead in the count. He's throwing fastballs a lot for strikeouts, and he mixes in that breaking ball there ahead of the count and gets a little easy pop-out.
Now Arms, first pitch hitting, a base hit to right. Third hit for Park. And they've got a runner aboard with 2 outs here in the 3rd.
And I like that approach here. He's throwing strikes, so you got to get up there and you got to try to hit that first pitch, especially if it's a good one.
Bordewick swings and misses. Strike 1. Porter with the single in the first inning. Hitting over .430 on the season now. One pitch, chopped to third. Biol cuts it off, throws to first. Trojans get the out. Park retired in the 3rd. The Orioles get a hit, strand a runner. After 2.5 innings, scores Wayzata up on St. Louis Park, 7-1.
Sharing your passion starts with taking that first step. Take Lindsay, for example. Her first step was taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television. Right away, she received professional training and now has the tools and skills necessary to produce her own show. She's turning dreams into realities right from her own home. And best of all, she's sharing her passion with members of her community and beyond. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against the wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
John Jacobson with Aaron Hedrick. We are back here at Eden Prairie, bottom half of the 3rd inning. Wayzata batted around in the 2nd. Cody Getters will lead off again here in the 3rd inning against Johnny Sorensen. First pitch high for a ball. Getters starting that 2nd with a walk. Came around to score the first of 6 Wayzata runs. It's this one deep to left. Going back to Vorak on the warning track and makes the catch for the out.
Put a pretty good swing on it there. I thought that one might have had a chance, but the wind's blowing kind of in, kind of sideways there. I think it held it up a little bit. He did. He skied it pretty good, so I think the wind caught that one.
Reese Smith takes the first pitch strike. Hoops it up high, 1-1. Fouled away. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rip foul.
Gonna sit back a little bit longer on that breaking ball. Keep the hands back. And try to drive it back up the middle.
And 2-pitch inside. Sorensen was hoping for strike 3. He thought that was a pretty good pitch. 2-2.
If I'm the Trojans here, I'm sitting on that breaking ball if I know that Sorensen needs a strike.
And gets a strikeout here in the dirt. They're going to have to throw to first to get the put out, but Ray Smith is retired for out number 2.
Good pitch, good location there for Sorensen. He's throwing that breaking ball. He's left it up a couple too many times, but able to get that one low and in the dirt, get him to chase.
Bunting at the plate. Jared Briol fouls it off.
Not a bad idea there. Third baseman playing way back. See if he could get one down the line, beat it out for a base hit.
Sorensen's 1-1 pitch. Briol fouling it back. Little high, 2-2. Count stays at 2-2. Briol fouling that one past third. Now Briol will step out.
Sorensen shook off the first sign. I think he might be looking to throw that third straight breaking ball. Nope.
Fastball high, 3-2. Inside corner, strike 3. Coming back with back-to-back strikes. Sorensen works a nice third inning, coming back off that tough second. Getting 2 strikeouts and Wayzata out in order. We've played 3 here in the Section 6 Baseball Championship. It's Wayzata up on St. Louis Park, 7-1.
An eating disorder feels like having another person inside your head. It kind of built this wall around me.
The main thing that we needed was hope.
Your age, your gender, your ethnicity. Eating disorders don't discriminate. They can strike anyone. The National Eating Disorders Association has the information and resources to steer people and their families toward the road to recovery.
Call or visit the NEDA website today for help and hope.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Move into the 4th inning. Wayzata up 7-1. Brendan Brody's first pitch of the 4th. A strike call to Riley Dvorak. Dvorak driving in Jimmy Arms with the Parks only run today. Grounder to second. Lamonchik up with it over to Oberg and 1 away. That brings up Shadle. 0 for 1 today. Drives this one out to left. Hit pretty hard, but right at Griffin Schneider. One pitch and another out.
Brody doing a nice job locating. Again, he's getting ahead of these batters, doing a nice job and working really quick here. 2 outs already.
Jay Pekarik, first pitch swinging. It's out of play. Strike one. Pekarik, a .375 batting average on the season coming into play today. He's 0 for 1 in this game. That one missing. 1 ball and a strike. That one bounces. It's 2-1. Brendan Brody this season, we mentioned at the start, averaging just over a strikeout per inning. It's not hurt that average today. 4 strikeouts in 3 2/3 innings. Pops this one up, right side. Levanchik and Marcin Levanchik, the second baseman, handles it. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Brendan Brody. And Wayzata. Park is out in order in the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th. And remains a 7-1 Wayzata lead.
Hey, did you buy something from some gaming site?
What do you mean?
Yeah, look, there's a bunch of different charges on here.
Do you think someone stole our credit card information?
I don't know. That site sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, isn't that the site that Billy's on all the time?
You don't think.
Billy! Stop and think before you connect. Playing online is serious business. Visit dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect for tips on how to be safe online.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Danny Dice leading off for Wayzata as we begin the home half of the 4th inning. Takes a first pitch strike. Dice hit that the ground ball to short when there was a mix-up on the infield defensively for St. Louis Park. Was able to reach safely, and that kind of started everything. Aaron, that loaded the bases, and then Keenan fouled with a 2-run single, a 2-run double after that by Levanchik. Schneider tripled, and all of a sudden it was 7-1. This one hit up in the air to right field, and it drops. And getting into second will be Dice. I don't know if Walsh lost it in the sun or what, but looked like he had a beat on it and couldn't come up with the catch. Take a look at it again here.
Looked like some poor communication here. Second baseman kind of running right into the line of the right fielder. Tough to see it there, but he kind of ran right at the right fielder there, and the right fielder didn't know if he was supposed to catch it or.
Oh, great bunt laid down by Keenan. No play for Park. Cameron Keenan with a bunt single.
Perfect bunt, and Keenan is so fast down the line, and absolutely no play. You just got to pick that one up and eat it.
Now Levanchik, the batter, he had 2-run single. His last at bat, throw down to second, and out stealing is Keenan. Porter recovering, 2-6 on the putout. And a good strike down to the second base by Luke Mobley.
Yeah, nice throw there and a big first out here for the Orioles. Second and third with no outs. Be pretty hard.
Corners in a little bit. The middle infielder's back here against Levanchik. It's had a couple of runs scored today. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first, and that hit I mentioned in the second inning.
interesting pitch there. I'm not even sure if it was a pitch. Looked like time was out.
Fouled bank. A little bit low. Sorensen's pitch. In the dirt, count goes full, 3-2.
And a nice stop back there. And pretty good space back here. A lot of room for the ball to bounce around. So pass ball here would probably score a run.
Called strike, ball dropped. They're going to have to go to first to get the put out. They do. Holding on at third is Dice. And there's out number 2. Dice, who reached on the error and right to start the inning. And third now with 2 away. And Griffin Schneider, the batter.
And Sorensen, if he's able to work out of here without giving up a run, that'd be a pretty nice job there. You have to thank his catcher for making that throw out at second.
Schneider tags it, but it's out in front of the pitch and, well, foul and out of play. .330 down the lines here at Round Lake Park Stadium. .380 just straightaway center. Popped up, skied on the right side from the first baseman. It'll be the second baseman, Cornell, who will take it instead. And Wayzata out in the 4th inning. They get a error and a hit. A couple of batters on to start the inning, but can't do anything with it. Good job by Sorensen and defense for Park. No runs, a hit, an error, 1 left on. Late 4, it's 7-1, Wayzata.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Sharing your passion starts with taking that first step. Take Will, for example. His first step was taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television. He's learning production skills and now has access to cutting-edge equipment. He's working on local music productions, meeting new people, and gaining experience needed to produce his own show. Best of all, he's sharing his passion for music with others in his community. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
Kyle Fromm will lead it off here for Park in the 5th inning. A grounder to second. Check over to Will Oberg. Out number 1 on a pitch here in the 5th.
Brody doing a nice job. He's still throwing strikes up there, getting ahead of the batters. And you'd like to make him work. He's working so quick. These innings have been so quick for him, and St. Louis Park haven't been up to bat for very long.
Check will ground another one again to Oberg, and 2-4-3 putouts to start the inning.
Yeah, and he's only throwing 2 pitches to get him too, so it's just tough. You can't wait too long, otherwise you're in that 0-2 hole or that 1-2 hole, and you don't know what pitch you're going to get here. But Brody's doing a nice job out here.
Walsh called on strikes in his first at bat, showing bunt down to third. Brielle up with it, throws to first. Nice play defensively. Brielle coming in, and on 3 pitches, Brendan Brody and the Wayzata defense back into the dugout. Can't get any quicker than that. Good defense to end the inning. 1-2-3, top of the 5th, go to the bottom of the 5th. It remains 7-1.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Bottom half of the 5th inning. Will Oberg leading off here for Wayzata. Jake Marsh, Cody Getters to follow. Comfortable 7-1 lead for Wayzata, cut and a miss by Oberg. Got a couple of runs batted in today. Aaron, a run-scoring single in the first, sacrifice fly in the second. Sorensen's ahead of him quickly, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Oberg's doing a good job. It's unfortunate nobody's on base for him to knock in another run here, but can knock in himself and get an RBI.
Up high, 1-2. Count even now at 2-2. Swing and a miss. Sorensen gets a strikeout. That is his 4th strikeout. He's come back nicely, Aaron. He's retired 8 of the last 10 hitters, and one of those 2 that did reach was on an error. He's going to bounce back from that second inning.
Yeah, he's a pretty good pitcher. He just struggled there in the second inning and walked a couple batters, hit a batter, and he hits another batter here.
Yeah, just getting the jersey of Jake Marsh there. We had a good look at that from where we're sitting, and Marsh reaches right on the 51.
And that's the struggle there. It's different when guys are earning their ways on by getting hits, but putting them on with walks or hit by pitches, it's tough, and it seems like it sparks the team that's up to bat and gets them going here. So Sorensen's got to try to work out of it here. He needs to get a ground ball. He got that ground ball in that second inning, but nobody covering the base there. So
go to first and back in is Marsh.
Well, he's hopefully looking for that ground ball, and hopefully his infielders are supposed to be at the right bases.
Charles Engdahl is a courtesy runner for Jake Marsh down at first. And he'll get in safely to second.
That was a pretty good read, too. That ball didn't bounce too far away, but took off right away, and there's no chance to throw him out down at second.
Hit in the air by Getters, out to center field. Calling for it there as Arms makes the catch. And out number 2. Two away, and here's Reese Smith. Popped up over the mound. Picked up by the shortstop. Nice play by Bordewick. Getting it over to Fromm. Makes a good scoop at first. Solid defense all around for Park. Smith is out, and Wayzata out in the 5th inning. Nothing across for the Trojans. They leave 1 through 5 and remain 7-1 Wayzata.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this.
It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Well, Aaron Hendrick, your head, if you're Wayzata, even if coaches don't want you to think about it, you start counting outs. Now you're only 6 outs away from state tournament.
Yeah, it's a pretty good feeling. You got a pretty commanding lead, and Brody's been lights out on the mound, so you got to be feeling pretty good. Again, you're in the winner's bracket. You know, all the pressure's off, especially with the 7-1 lead here for Brody and for the rest of the Trojans.
Looking for their 20th win of the season, 19-3 coming into play today. First pitch strike to Connor Cornell as we're back to the top of the Orioles batting order. Swings and hits this one out to right. Dice chasing it down the line. Foul territory and makes the catch. Nice running catch. Foul territory and right by Danny Dice to start the 6th.
Yeah, a long way to go, and that ball just kind of kept carrying, and a nice job tracking it the whole way and getting that first out here for the Trojans.
Now it's Arms, who's been on twice today against Brody. His first pitch low for a ball. The only walk that Brody's given up, and he's on base for a 3rd time. Short single to right.
Did a nice job going the other way with that one, but even when the Orioles are putting the ball in play, not able to drive it too hard. Kind of right off the end of the bat. Brody doing a nice job limiting solid contact, even though he did give up the hit there.
Bordewick, first pitch swinging. Hits this one pretty well on the deep center. Keenan under it and makes the catch. And there's 2 away. Got a lot of that, but enough under it that stayed in the park for 2 down. And here's Dvorak. Dvorak, who worked both games on Saturday and got the win in both games, Aaron. Pitched 4 1/3 innings in the second game against Hopkins. He was the starter. He had come in relief in the first game, pitched the last 4 2/3. So he pitched 9 innings on Saturday in 2 games and got both wins.
You don't see that too often, 2 wins in a single day like that, but nice job, picking up his team. And Southwest was able to jump out on the Orioles early in that game, so he did a nice job coming in and throwing those 4+ innings of relief.
1-1 pitch popped up. Foul territory. Will Oberg is there, makes the catch. Park is out in the 3rd. Another pretty quick inning for Brendan Brody. He's been very solid today. Wayzata 3 outs away from winning it. They'll come out in the bottom of the 6th. It's 7-1 Trojans.
Sharing your passion starts with taking that first step. Take Lindsay, for example. Her first step was taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television. Right away, she received professional training and now has the tools and skills necessary to produce her own show. She's turning dreams into realities right from her own home. And best of all, she's sharing her passion with members of her community and beyond. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
Wayzata fans who are out today in support of their team. Looks like they could be enjoying another week of baseball. State tournament starts next Thursday for Class 4A. It'll be at CHS Field, home of the St. Paul Saints in downtown St. Paul. Second year of that stadium. Wayzata won't know until this weekend who they'll play, though coaches will seed for that tournament. But sometime on that Thursday, they will be in the tournament if this score holds here. It's 7-1. Bottom of the 6th. Here, Biol inside corner for a strike. Briol today hit by a pitch in the first, struck out in the third. Sorensen's delivery popped up, foul. One-two pitch. Off speed, hit foul.
And one of these teams will advance to state, and CHS is a nice complex to play in, and if they're able to advance to the state championship, they'll be at target field.
Ripped out to left field. It's a base hit. Big turn. Briol hang on at first. Several local teams still in section tournament play this week. Champlin Park and Tutino Grace will face off for a spot in Section 5 on Wednesday night. Maple Grove is in the Section 8 final. They'll play Thursday. Heritage Christian Academy in the Section 4A championship. That's Thursday as well, so chance for a few more teams yet to get to state. Danny Dice, first pitch swinging, hits it out to right field. Walsh toward the line, under it, makes the catch.
You have to like the chances of all those teams in their respective sections. Champlin Park playing Tutino. They're coming out of the losers bracket, but both have very good teams. You could see that very well going to a two-game series there.
Yeah, those teams have played twice this season. Champlin Park won the first pitch to Keenan in for a strike. Champlin Park won during the regular season, rallying late to beat the Eagles in a game we did here at Channel 12, and then just last week in the section tournament, Tutino Grace turning the tables in beating Champlin Park. The Rebels had to rally last night. They scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th to eliminate Centennial to get to the Wednesday game against Tutino Grace. 1, possibly 2 games there. 0-2 now the count to Cameron Keenan after he fouled that last pitch off. He is 3 for 3 today and make it 4 for 4. Single to right field. It gets past Walsh. Hesitating at second, and it's going to be a close play at third, but the throw is offline. Both runners move up. Briol is in safely. Keenan takes the extra base on the throw to third. And now 2 runners in scoring position for Wayzata. Cam Keenan 4 for 4.
You got to keep your glove down there. Out, whether you're in the outfield or the infield, you got to make sure you have that ball there. You can't put runners here on second and third freely like that. 7-1's already a pretty big deficit. You can't go down by any more here if you're the Orioles.
Parker Levatchek now the batter. First pitch swings, hits up in the air. Dvorak, a long run and left, and it'll drop for a hit. Into second goes Levatchek, and he didn't get in there in time, so it'll be a single for him at an RBI, but trying to stretch it for a double. He's tagged out at second base by Cornell. Briol comes in to score. Levatchek has his 3rd run batted in of the day. Keenan to third base.
Kind of a weird hit, weird play there. I thought that was for sure just a sac fly ball there, and it was able to drop. And I'm okay with him trying to stretch it to 2 there. You got a commanding lead here. Might as well try it.
Schneider today's 1 for 3, takes a strike, 2-1. Fouled out of play, 2-2. Two pitch. Schneider laces it to left in front of Dvorak for a base hit. It's a run-scoring single. Keenan is in. 9-1.
Good piece of hitting there. I'd almost like to see a little bit more hustle or maybe even a dive there if you can get to it. If you're St. Louis Park here, you need to cut off those runs.
Wayzata had 4 hits back in the second inning. Got 4 more here in the 6th. Fouled back by Oberg.
Just missed that pitch. Seemed like he was pretty well on it.
Up high, 2-1.
Breaking ball got away from Sorensen there. Able to follow through on that pitch.
Schneider able to get back in at first. Oberg chases after that one. It's strike 2. Hit in the air and out of play. So still 2 balls and 2 strikes to Will Oberg.
As a coach, I don't think he'd ever encourage this, but if you're the Trojans, you kind of want to get Brody back out there and just work quick, get the 1-2-3, get out of this game.
Ball hit in the air. Well, but Walsh able to come up with the catch in right field. Oberg is out. Wayzata out in the 6th inning. They pick up 2 runs on 4 hits and leave 1. Last chance for St. Louis Park. We go to the 7th. Our score, Wayzata 9, St. Louis Park 1.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Wayzata is very close to a state tournament berth here in 2016, leading 9-1. Brendan Brody has worked all game and gave up the 1 run in the first inning. And even that wasn't bad, but he's been very solid since then.
Right, he's been throwing pretty solid, and saw St. Louis Park get that first run and knew they're a good hitting team, so you're thinking, maybe they're able to get a few off of Brody, but he's shut him down pretty good since then. He's working real quick, had that 3-pitch inning, so, got to stay focused here. You're so close. Stay focused here, work quick, and do the same thing you've been doing all game.
Allowed 4 hits, walked 1, struck out 4 through 6 innings. Julian Shadle leading off the 7th inning for St. Louis Park. Rounds to short. Getter's up with a low throw line scoop by Will Oberg at first. 1 away.
All around good play. Kind of took a weird hop, and I think he tried to rush the throw a little bit because of the weird hop, but nice play there and good scoop over at first.
Now Shea Pekarik lines it past Getters and into left field for a base hit. Pekarik's first hit today, 5th hit of the game for the Orioles. If you're these Park guys, you can read the scoreboard. You know this is probably your last at bat of the season. You want to make it a good one if you can. Now Kyle Fromm for his first hit today. Now speed in for a strike. Fouled back out of play from behind 0-2. He had Kyle, an older brother that also played in the St. Louis Park system for the Orioles high school team. 0-2 pitch to him and fouled off, so he stays alive.
Nice job staying alive. You got that 0-2 count that Brody's pretty familiar with here today. Got to sit back and react to the pitch you get.
And hit past third into left field. So Fromm with a single. Stopping at second is Pekarik. Back-to-back hits for the first time today for Park, and they've got 2 runners on here in the 7th.
Another good piece of hitting there. He waited back on the breaking ball, able to drive it down the line. And 8 runs is going to be hard to make up here, but if you're the Orioles, you got to piece it together like this. Try to move runners over. Try to keep getting hits any way you can. Singles will do it. Extra base hits if you can.
And go down swinging as much as anything,
Yeah,
right?
you might as well put it in play here and try to make something happen.
Sorensen's 1 for 2 today. Fouled the first pitch out of play. 1 strike to him. Low and in, 1-1. Lined into right center field. That's going to drop and bring in a run. And it's 9-2. Throw home allows the runner from to take an extra base. Pekarik in to score, and Johnny Sorensen for the run-scoring single.
Nice job there. He's hitting another single there and moving the runners around, and still got a ways to go, but got something going here if you're the Orioles. And visit to the mound now, too, and it's hard. You don't want to take Brody out after throwing such a good game here, but if he's struggles to gives up another hit here, you might just go to another pitcher, say he's done enough for us, and find somebody else to come in and just shut it down for the last couple outs.
So Brody will stay in. Brody Ryan will pinch hit here, hitting for Jarrett Walsh. One ball and no strikes. Strike call, it's 1-1. This one grounded to second. Levanchik. Oh, the throw gets past the shortstop Getters. And on to third goes Sorensen. Fromm is in to score, and it's 9-3. And Ryan is aboard at first. So, and first error of the day for Wayzata.
And that's the thing about putting the ball in play here. You're the Orioles. The Trojans are a good defensive team here, and they, like you said, John, first error of the game, but you just put the ball in play, put some pressure on the defense, and, you know, crazier things can happen out there.
Leonard Cornell. We've come back to the top of the order. Cornell 0 for 3 today, gets the first pitch for a ball. Now did right in a foul, yeah. Did go off the batter Cornell. A little bit of delayed call, but it is a foul ball, and it's 1-1 now to Cornell.
Yeah, that delayed call there, and kind of interesting there. It clearly went off his foot, and not everybody reacted right away.
Right.
Batter got out of the box, but a little bit slow. You have to think here, if he reaches here, that Brody might get taken out of the game.
Called strike, 1-2. Fouled back. Good job by Cornell. It's a piece of it. Stays in there. 1-2.
And that was a tough pitch to hit, that high breaking ball there, and he did a nice job fouling it off because probably not going to be able to put that one in play for a safe hit.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3 and out number 2. And now St. Louis Park down to its final out. Arms has been on all 3 times. 2 singles and a walk. Low it away on the pitch from Brody. Hit to Getters at short to first, and Wayzata is headed to the state baseball tournament. 9-3 Trojans the final. Congratulations to Wayzata. What a great season it's been for them, and it will continue next week in St. Paul. 19-3 coming in. They get their 20th win of the season today, Aaron. Had a good pitching performance from Brendan Brody. Had the big second inning, getting clutch hits, and play the kind of ball that they've played most of this season.
Yeah, great game here today for the Trojans. They played great all the way through the playoffs, and like you said, all season, 20 wins is a pretty tough number to get to in high school baseball here in Minnesota, but nice job by them. Congratulations to the Trojans, and you got to like their chances heading to state, too. They got a couple of very good pitchers with low ERAs and can strike some guys out. So, again, you got to like their chances going into CHS Field next week.
St. Louis Park, a good job coming back after a loss early in this tournament to Wayzata. Fight their way back with 3 straight wins to get to championship day, but can't do it today against Wayzata. So 9-3 is our final. Wayzata going to the state 4A tournament next week. We'll take a break. We'll come back and hear from the Trojans in a moment. You've been watching coverage of high school playoff baseball on 12 Sports.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Wayzata wins. They are on to the state class 4A tournament next week. They defeat St. Louis Park here in the championship game by a final score of 9-3. Welcome back to Eden Prairie. John Jacobson joined by 2 of the stars from today's game, Brendan Brody and Cameron Keenan. Cameron, 4 hits for you today. First of all, congratulations. What's the feeling like to be a state tournament player?
It feels pretty good. Doing the hard work throughout the winter, coming out here with a bad loss last year, and getting this win, it feels pretty good.
Tell me about that second inning. You had the first a couple of big hits in a row there as you started to break the game open. Is that kind of contagious sometimes? Just one guy hits and then another guy, and you guys all got it going, and all of a sudden it was 7-1.
Yeah, normally that's mostly how our games go. We may start out a little flat, and then one person gets a hit, and then we all start doing well, and turns out pretty good.
How easy is it for you as a defensive player when you're playing behind guys like Brendan and Tom? You're getting into the dugout fairly quickly most of the time.
Yeah, it's pretty nice having them on the mound. And looking up from center, I can see the pitches and everything, and they're doing pretty well.
Right. You guys have been outstanding all season. What's been the key to this team's success? Why have you been so good?
I don't know, just that we're just such a good family, and we just play really well together. And we got just solid talent all around and hard work.
What does it take to win 3 more games, do you think, next week?
It takes a lot more, another week of practice, hard work during that time, and coming out and trying to do our best, and I think we can do it.
Enjoy today, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Brendan Brody pitches a complete game today, and a nice win for you. Tell me what you were feeling out on the mound in that first inning and first pitch, knowing this is it if we win. Were you nervous?
I was a little nervous, but last year's Legion State tournament kind of got me. I had more confidence coming into this game than your normal section championship pitcher would probably have. But yeah, I just went out there and threw strikes and had a lot of quick innings because I know I have a good defense behind me to back me up.
Did last summer help you guys, those of you that played on that team, that you got some more winning and more experience in tight situations and big game situations?
It definitely did. We returned a lot of guys from that team, so our confidence coming into these games, we don't have the butterflies that a lot of people would usually have. And I think we just kind of know how to win. We've won state tournaments growing up and travel, so yeah, I think we've got it and we can do it. So.
For you as a pitcher, you had to sit for a while in that second inning. Do you like watching when the guys are putting a lot of runs on the board there for you?
Oh, it's great. There's nothing better than having some insurance runs to come in. Just throw strikes and let the batters get themselves out because we got a healthy lead to sit on, and I'm not too worried about it. So, yeah, for sure.
On to the state tournament next week, and you don't know who your opponent's going to be, but how do you like your chances going into state? I mean, you guys got to be one of the favorites, I would think.
I do like it. I think we'll have enough rest for our pitchers to have Tom and I go all 3 games. And then I'm confident in our hitters to back us up, and our defense. I think we're a really well-rounded team, and it's going to be hard to beat us.
All right. Well, enjoy this next week, and good luck next week at state. Congratulations on this win today.
Thank you very much.
Brendan Brody, a great job pitching today and helping Wayzata get to the state tournament. Again, first time for them in 3 years. And again, they will definitely be one of the higher seeded teams, perhaps the top seed in the section tournament. We'll have to see how the rest of the section playoffs go this week in Class 4A. But they have won it, and they are in. That will do it for our telecast today. Thanks to our great crew and for Aaron Hedrick and all of our crew here. I'm John Jacobson. Final score again, it's Wayzata going to state. They win Section 6 4A, 9-3 our final today.